The following very simple steps will help you to create groups within your classroom. In this case, we will use grade 12A as our sample. Let's proceed. Within the grade 12A class, on the left, where we find all the subjects that have been opened within that classroom, it is in the same place that your groups are going to show once you create them. In short, groups are simply channels. So, let's go on. Create a channel from the 3 dots next to the name. Put the name that you would like the group to have. Describe the group so that the students know what to do so whenever they are inside this group. Proceed to the privacy settings. You have 2 options here. The first option, you can leave this group to be standard. That means everyone on the team can access this group. You can go private, whereby it is only accessible to specific members who have been assigned this team. In our case, we want it private. Click private, proceed to next. Your channel is being added. Add your students that you would like to be members of this group. Do not forget to tell them so that they know exactly where they belong. However, that is not very important because they will only be able to see where they belong. This is done and our STARS group has been added. Assuming we have finished our class, the students are in the English class, we have discussed and I've assigned them a task that they must discuss in the group. The STARS, the cheaters, the follow the leader and all the groups will come inside their channel and they will open a meeting here. They will meet. They will discuss what they would like to discuss as assigned, and for the minutes that you have left them to be in their groups, they will be here. For the teacher who is already in the class, will be able to go around in the groups, assisting the students, being there to guide them and to encourage them to continue with their discussion. Once the time is up, they will come back to the class and everybody will be back into the class. It will be time to have an all-closing discussion in the class based on how the groups went. Realize that the students are able to discuss and you are able to go from group to group. Assuming that you have your students in this classroom. In this case, I do not have students in my classroom as this is just a demonstration. The students are already in their groups once you sent them there. So you would like to see what they are doing in their groups to make sure that you guide them and you're there for anything that needs to be clarified or to be brought back to the class discussion once everybody is back. As you can see here, within your classroom, just like you had created the teams, whichever meeting is going on within the groups is showing here. In my case, I can see them here as they are all open. I have a meeting within the Follow the Leader. The girls are already meeting there. I already have a meeting in the George Orwells, and I have a meeting in the New Crew. So I would like to see what they are doing. I will simply go inside and I will resume here. I will come in and just like we said, if students are discussing, you'll be able to be part of this discussion. And if anything needs to be clarified, simply unmute your mic, give instructions, and move on to the next group where you find your students, in this case, the George Orwells, resume the meeting, listen to their discussion and to any question. If they do not have anything, simply encourage them to carry on so that you can move on to the next group. With that, within very few minutes, you are able to be in all the places. Once all this is done, assuming you had assigned them for 10 minutes or whatever time you had told them to return to the class, in that 10 minutes, everybody should be back here in the main classroom and the discussion will be concluded here. And that is how to work in groups within your classroom.